Good afternoon. It's November 21st, 2025, and this is a look at the weekly chart. So you can see there's support at the 21 EMA. Um, and, since April, this is the only time we've had consecutive bear bodies. So we've had consecutive bear bodies for the past 3 weeks, but none of these, none of these have been strong bear bars. Okay, so that should give you some context. There's a lot of people. I made the terrible mistake of getting on Twitter, aka X, and there's a lot of people picking tops, and they're just terrified. This is not this is not a good place to be picking tops. I have this measured move drawn, um, just in case this is a target. But here we look at the daily chart, and I made a video a few days ago. I don't even know if I posted it, but there have been no consecutive strong bear bars in this entire run, except for right here. If you want to make the argument, even though this one has a pretty prominent stem on the bottom, I would make the argument that these are two consecutive strong bear bars, and we haven't had a situation like that since then. If you look here, you have plenty of strong bear bars, but none consecutive. And I mean, I think relative to how small the bars were here, and it looks like September, you could like say, oh, well, these, no, I was gonna say that, but look at the size of the tail on that bar right there. It's not this is not a this is not a bear market, but you could argue from here, what? So from late October, we've been in a bear market. Yeah, but a strong bear market or something to be concerned about? I don't think so. I mean, this is a tight bear channel right here. And this is a terrifying bear bar right here. But it looks like we're finding support at the EMA. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. We could sell off all the way down to 5,100 again. Uh, but there are not really any uh, strong signs of a bear market. I don't like how today closed on the daily chart. I don't. This line was just a sort of like level of support from back here that I drew, and you could see. I mean, for some reason, computers were taking it into account back then too, and continued to take it into account. And it looks like that's where we found resistance today. But anyway, here's the 1700 tick chart, 17,000 tick chart, I should say. So let's look at, the greater context since November 13th. We were in this bear channel, and I drew a measured move, and we overshot that, and then we uh, got a break of that channel, which is usually what happens after an overshoot. And then we tested this low but couldn't quite make it. Created a leg up. You can see we had a break of this bear channel and then a move to a new low of that channel, and we couldn't get a new low for here, so we had to go up, and then boom, made a new low, kind of went sideways for a bit, got some buying, a bit of a rally on Wednesday, and that sold off and made new lows, and that brings us to today. um, you know let's look at this. I mean, this looks like a spike and channel down. You get a break, move to a new low, no gaps above the EMA until today. Boom, right there. And then we get this. Wow, that's a lot of sideways, like a very broad bear channel. And we break out of that, pretty strong breakout. We go higher, and then we kind of just sold off. So uh, that's where we're at right now. Uh, this is what happened today. I just don't think that you can call it a bear market. And so here's November. This is the monthly chart. And I think this gives a lot of information. What usually happens when you're in a broad bull channel like this, and you get to the top of the channel, does it usually go straight down? No, it doesn't. So I think it's very reasonable to guess that November will close with a tail on the bottom, but a bearish body. And I think we're kind of going to chop down to support over the next uh, year. Could be 6 months or so. But that's what I think we're going to do is kind of chop sideways. Um, yeah. So that's pretty much it. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Hopefully, I'll be back Monday.